So $130,000 a year is now becoming the new poor. Right now, the average household income is 83,000. That's the median household income. But then if you do the math about the taxes they take out of your paycheck, the cost of housing, the cost of transport, the health insurance premiums, and childcare, like if you look at this graph, you're going to see that $83,000 on the average cost will leave you $10,000 in the red, right? And to be comfortable, based off of the old 1960 standard of poverty rate, it was based off of how much it would take a family of three to eat back then. So she would take that number and multiply it by three, and that number would be like the golden number. They'll spend a third of their money on food, and everything else would comfortably fit within the other two-thirds of that number. But back then, food was the most expensive thing. Housing was cheap, transportation was cheap, and everything. But by the modern standard, if you take that same metric she used back then and shift it to now, you'd have to be making $130,000 to be comfortable the way people were under the same metric, the same mathematics back in the 1960s. And it's incredible to hear that number, $130,000, six figures is the new poor. But it makes sense when you consider everything is considered luxury. All the prices have gone up. Even my cat's angry about it. I hear her screaming over there. She knows it's ridiculous that everything is a luxury, because not everything is a luxury, but everything is getting that premium price tag because they're slapping luxury on every good we consume. And if you want to eat real food, even that's considered a luxury. So they're putting extra money on that as well. So even though I feel like it's really crazy to consider, that number is actually correct. $130,000 does seem to be the new poverty line for a family of four. It's hard times out there, and I know a lot of people are like, I'll make that type of money, but it is hard times out there because of unrealistic expectations from the millionaires. And as you can hear, my cats are very outraged by these prices as well. So y'all have a good day.
Is making $130,000 a year becoming the new poor? It can be considered the new poor. He has some good points. He basically was saying that your money is not valued like how it used to be. And we all can agree on that. Since 2020, things have gone up. Prices keep increasing. We don't know if it's ever going to come down, but in reality, it seems like things that go up, they tend to never go down. And like he's saying, everything is considered a luxury now because the prices is not the same. And he's even saying that his cats even know the prices are not the same. That's why they were whining in the background. So some people will beg to differ and say that you can manage your money. You're just living above your means. You're buying stuff that you don't need. You want to ride in luxury cars. But what if you haven't purchased anything and you just started making $130,000 a year? So if you want to purchase anything now, like a house or anything, how could you manage your money properly if you never had a house to begin with before these prices increased? So with that being said, we're talking about in today's age. So it would be hard to manage your money. You really don't get the whole $130,000. The more you make, the more they take. And the middle class pay all the taxes. We all know this. So after taxes, you're not going to see that full 130. And then you have crazy, outrageous bills to pay. You got mortgage. You may have rent. And if you have rent, the property manager, the owner of the house, they can just go up on prices. And there's nothing you can do about it because you don't own it. I done seen situations like that. People get so comfortable and paying rent. They've been paying rent for years. And then all of a sudden, the owners of the places that they live in just go up and they just can't afford it. Because everything is going up but you pay. And that's the sad thing. So I guess that's how you look at it. Some people say they can manage it. Well, if you can manage it, well, I tip my hat off to you. But it would be very difficult to manage it. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's going to be very difficult. So if you know how to manage it, you would have to really not spend to the T, spend nothing. And that's hard to do. Let me know when the last time you had money and you was trying your best just not to spend it. And you did good. But for how long did you do good and not spending your money?
People that earn six figures are not bringing home six figures, and I think y'all have a difficult time understanding that, because people on this app say, oh, you can live off 100K. We not saying you can't live off 100K. I want y'all to really realize how high the cost of living is, seriously. Because see, while my gross may be over 100K, I pay almost $500 a pay period in just insurance. Just insurance. Then we have state taxes. Then we have local taxes. Then we have all this other shit that come out your check. I'm not even contributing to retirement because I can't afford it. I can't afford it. I bring home $2,500. $2,250 is rent. So one entire check goes to rent. One check. The other check goes to everything else. Because see, the thing is, y'all can't fathom that people make that much money and still say we live in paycheck to paycheck. And I'm sorry if you make less and you're also struggling, but I really want people to realize the upper middle class is also struggling. We went to school, we went to college, we got the jobs, and we still fucking out here struggling. Just because we make more money, don't try to diminish our struggle. Thank you.
Nah, she has a point. She's basically saying that people are always trying to criticize her on this app, saying that you should be able to survive off making $100,000 a year. She said she went to school. She did everything she was supposed to do. But the cost of living is destroying her. She had to pay $500, let alone on insurance. And then her bills go out everywhere else. And then after taxes, she's not left with $100,000. And if your amount of your money don't mean anything anymore, it's losing value. And year after year, it keeps going up. What does that 100,000 mean? It's not gonna matter no more. In reality, like she said, it could possibly be done, but the chances are slim. She's not making excuses. She's just being real. They're not thinking about a person that's just new to this economy. People who already had their houses back in the day, they've been there since the 70s, 80s. They bought their house when it was $20,000. We talking about now. What have you done for me lately? It's hard to survive. Some people say you can't even survive with $1 million, let alone 100,000. And she's talking about she can't even afford to put towards her retirement because bills are just getting her. She's probably in a lot of debt. I don't know. But a lot of people are in consumer debt. So much consumer debt, they feel like they trapped. They going to work just for the credit cards. And it's just getting out of hand. Now it can be done, I guess, if you had your house a long time ago, before the inflation and things like that, and you really don't buy nothing. But I remember when I used to work, And I used to talk to some of my employees, and they used to say, I made $100,000 this year. And I used to always get them with this question. How long did you work? How many hours did you work in a day? Well, I work 50. I don't want to hear it. If you work 14, 15 plus hours in a day, you really didn't make $100,000. You're supposed to do your salary based off base time, not overtime. A lot of people go wrong. When they cut overtime, a lot of people lose things. So in reality, the average person is not even making $100,000. If you're not making that, not working overtime, then you're not making $100,000. Let's just keep it real. And then the more you make, the more they take. They taking all the taxes for middle class. They paying all the taxes. They supporting the country. But they don't even want to listen to what the middle class have to say. This country is just doesn't make sense. That's my opinion. I don't think they hear us enough. And the rich and the poor don't pay taxes. The upper, lower, they don't. But it is what it is. So, let me know how y'all feel about this topic. Do y'all feel like she has a point? Because she's basically saying middle class is considered poor. What do you think? Leave it in the comments.